What's at stake? A jaw-dropping $800 million. That's right, Carrie has filed a defamation lawsuit targeting the show's co-hosts, including Joy Behar and Sunny Hostin. Fans aren't taking this lightly. Social media is exploding with reactions, and reports say the View hosts are scrambling behind the scenes, urging Carrie to drop the case before things spiral even further. So, what kicked off this firestorm? It all traces back to Carrie's controversial decision to perform at Donald Trump's inauguration, a move that deeply divided her fan base and set off a wave of backlash that's still echoing today. Now, with legal threats flying in public, pressure mounting, all eyes are on how this high-stakes showdown
will be beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, from sea to shining sea.
weighed in on the controversy. They didn't exactly tread lightly. The hosts fired off some sharp, unfiltered comments about Carrie Underwood, and they definitely didn't hold back. But here's where things take a turn. Carrie wasn't about to stay silent. Instead of brushing it off, she's pushing back, in a big way. Before we break down the details of what was said and how it all spiraled, don't forget to like and subscribe, because trust me, this story only gets more explosive from here. So, picture this. Carrie Underwood announces she'd be performing at a highly controversial
Carrie Underwood will take the stage at Trump's inauguration singing America the Beautiful. She said to the Post, "I love our country and I'm honored to have been asked to sing at the inauguration and to be a small part of this historic event. I am humbled to answer the call at a time when we must all come together in the spirit of unity and looking to the future." Well, that wasn't good enough for the tolerant left, of course, who is outraged over Carrie being outed as MAGA. X is blowing up with jokes about how she should sing her hit song Before He Cheats. Some are calling for her to be boycotted and canceled. John Rich weighed in, saying there are several top-tier country artists who support Trump, and I wish they'd finally have the balls to come forward and be counted. Ain't nothing outlaw about keeping your mouth shut to appease the record label. Carrie Underwood is making you look like a bunch of sissy boys. Carrie is talented, she is graceful, she is a class act, she has great legs, not that it matters, but she is everything that the tolerant left is not.
Carrie Underwood was announced as the voice behind America the Beautiful at Donald Trump's inauguration. In a public statement to the Post, she said, "I love our country and I'm honored to be invited to sing at the inauguration. It's a privilege to take part in such a historic event. At a time when unity is so important, I feel humbled to play even a small role in bringing people together and looking ahead." But the moment that announcement hit the airwaves, social media exploded. Hashtags started flying, some praising her patriotism, others calling for boycotts. The internet became a war zone of opinions. And just when things were reaching a simmer, The View jumped into the mix, and that's when everything truly caught fire. Co-hosts Joy Behar and Sunny Hostin didn't just share casual thoughts, they came out swinging with pointed personal jabs at Carrie, and that's where the real storm began.
I wouldn't do it, even though I can't sing.
You would not sing?
No, I would not. I would not normalize him. And she says, "I love our country." How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion? I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
Joy Behar didn't mince words. On air, she questioned Carrie Underwood's patriotism, suggesting that her decision to perform wasn't about unity at Albert, rather a way to give credibility to Trump's political message. The implication was clear. This wasn't just a performance, according to Joy. It was a political statement, one that stirred even more backlash and drew the battle lines even deeper. Clip. For Sunny Hostin didn't back down either. She made her stance crystal clear, boldly stating that she would never perform at an event like Trump's inauguration. Her comments, along with Joy's, sent shockwaves through the airwaves and left critics and viewers alike in disbelief. The backlash was swift. Fans were outraged, critics stunned, and through it all, Carrie Underwood kept quiet. At least, for the moment. But behind the scenes, Carrie was...
People feel pretty strongly about it. I think art is art, and you know, you have a right to perform where you want to perform. I agree with you, Joy. I can't sing a lick, but I certainly, and I have not been asked, but if I were asked, it would be a hard no.
Reputations, but Carrie, she's standing firm. In her eyes, this goes far beyond personal insult. She's making a point that high-profile media voices must be held accountable when their words cause real harm. The internet, naturally, is on fire. Supporters are flooding timelines with praise for Carrie's boldness. One viral tweet summed it up best: Carrie Underwood isn't just defending herself, she's dismantling toxic media culture. Absolute queen.
Ask me, so I have no.
Right, yeah. You're not asking any of us.
No, you do what you do. Listen, it's like, people do what they do for whatever reasons. It's like Joe and Mika.
Having a field day, memes are everywhere. One viral post shows Carrie cool and composed, captioned "Grace under fire." Meanwhile, a clip of Joy Behar midrant is paired with the words "When you realize you messed with the wrong one." Brutal. Critics aren't holding back either. Many argue that The View has crossed the line too, many times using its platform to stir division rather than spark real conversation. Even longtime viewers are starting to ask, has the show finally gone too far? And behind the scenes, things are reportedly spiraling. Word is ABC executives are in full-blown panic mode. Insiders claim there's serious pressure on Joy and Sunny to issue public apologies to Carrie in a last-ditch effort to calm the storm. Could this be the tipping point for The View's most controversial voices? Let's talk about Joy Behar and Sunny Hostin for a second. Fans are calling for both to be removed from the show, accusing them of crossing the line from commentary into personal attacks. Even Whoopi Goldberg, usually the show's stabilizing the voice, is staying unusually quiet. Sources say she's been trying to keep the peace, but the backlash is simply too big to contain. Meanwhile, Carrie Underwood isn't just defending her name, she's making a statement. Her message to the media is loud and clear. You can't say whatever you want without facing consequences. And fans, they're all in. Her move is being hailed as bold, necessary, and long overdue. But this lawsuit does raise some important questions. Where is the line between free speech and defamation? Should talk shows like The View be held responsible for what they say about public figures? And if Carrie's case goes forward, could it set a legal precedent that changes how media operates? One thing is certain, this is bigger than just Carrie Underwood. Now it's about media ethics, accountability, and the power of public figures to push back. Now it's your turn. Do you think Carrie made the right call, or should she have let it go? And is The View finally facing the wake-up call it's long needed? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss what happens next in this media firestorm. Country music superstar Carrie Underwood has found herself at the center of a legal storm, and the drama is grabbing headlines across Hollywood. According to multiple reports, Underwood is moving forward with a jaw-dropping $800 million lawsuit that's now sending serious shockwaves through daytime TV and putting The View in the hot seat. The legendary singer, known for hits like Before He Cheats and Blown Away, isn't backing down. Sources close to the matter say she's taking a strong legal stand over what her team is calling defamatory and damaging remarks made on air. And who's on the receiving end of this mega lawsuit? None other than the hosts of ABC's The View. Insiders say Carrie has had enough of what she describes as reckless commentary that's harming her career, image, and personal life. The dispute reportedly stems from a segment where certain remarks made by the panel left her team furious.